Hello, race fans. Welcome to Stock Car Thunder, a weekly presentation of Talk 92.1. Stock Car Thunder brought to you by Wildcat Performance Engines of Adel, Georgia. Here we keep you up with the latest racing news in South Georgia and North Florida. Plus, you can call in and talk racing with our host, Terry Redding. Now, let's talk racing.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Stock Car Tuesday night edition of Stock Car Thunder. I want to thank you for tuning in, listening to us tonight. My co-host, John King, is with us. Say hello, John.
Hello.
We're trying to get him in on that promo there, but they working on it. They'll have him in there in a little while. John came in after they made the promo, but we appreciate him coming on, being our co-host, and being with us. We have got a great show on tonight. We have got a fella in here with us that Naturally Born smoked them at Lake City, Florida this week. I was blessed enough to be there and watch it myself. Got Adam Bedenbaugh on here, and we're going to talk to him in just a minute about where his racing program's going this year, about that race he won Saturday night, and just everything that they got going on at the Adam Bedenbaugh's racing program. Start with I want to thank Wildcat Performance Engine, our sponsors. Without Mike, I say it every week, and I'm going to say it every week. Without Mike, we wouldn't be here. He's just been a blessing to us. Mike at Wildcat and Josh. If you want to get, if you don't believe me, ask Mr. Bedenbaugh sitting over here beside of me. If you just got outrun, go look at the hood. They's probably going to have Wildcat Performance Engines rode across the front of it. Mike and they build a great motor. They stand behind their motors. They're just a first-class outfit. And if you need an engine, you need anything done, any kind of engine work done, call 896-1566. Talk to Mike or Josh. They'll be sure to hook you up. We also want to thank Needmore Speedway. Keith and Dan for coming on board with us and helping us out, and they've been just a blessing. Got some good racing coming up at Needmore Speedway this season. And if you want to find out anything about it, go on their website, www.needmorespeedway.com. I'm pretty sure it's what it is. Last time I went on it, that's what it was. Ain't that it, John?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. You can go on there, and they've got Dan and...
it's TheRealNeedmoreSpeedway.com.
.net. Okay.
.net.
Say that. Do that again, John, because you
I better look it up, and I'll say it in a minute.
You really butchered it up bad.
Yeah, I did. I'll look it up.
Anyway.
Go to Deep Dixie and hit the link.
Google Needmore Speedway. There you go. And go on there, and Keith or Dan's number will be on there. Call them. They're going to be running this year. We're going to have some really big races. I hope we can get Adam to come maybe visit with us and race.
He's going to come at least once.
At least once.
To both tracks. We get a commitment when they get on the show here.
I was going to tell him before he came on the show tonight. That was one of the arrangements before we came on, is that he had to come race at Needmore with us one time. Let me see that number 26 get around the track, man. I tell you what, that's a sight to behold. But I chickened out. But anyway, we want to thank them for coming on board with us and helping us out. Also want to thank Deep Dixie Racing. Those folks have been busy this past weekend, and going to be busy coming up. Saw them down in Lake City. Saw Carolyn and Leo. They were hard at it. I don't think Dale was running. I think Dale was at John Dale. I think Dale was at the Speed Fest. Yeah, the Speed Fest. Wasn't that the Speed Fest?
Speedway, yeah, the Speed Fest.
Yeah, they had a big race at there, and I understand it was successful.
Old Florida boy won from the South Florida. I believe it was Choquette.
Them Florida boys get it done, don't they?
Yeah.
He went on to North Georgia and got him one. But anyway, we want to thank them. Carolyn does our site for us and keeps it up, and man, they just do an awesome job of keeping up with racing. If you want to see, I'm sure very shortly they'll have Adam's video up where he won the big race this weekend. You can click on the deepdixie.com and go on there and look at the videos and read the article they wrote up on him winning, and it's just an awesome site to go to. So I want to thank them. I want to thank everything they do for racing. All right, let's get on to the night's guest. Adam, welcome to the Stock Car Thunder Show.
Thank you.
All right. Adam, why don't you tell us, before we get into your race this weekend, why don't you give us a little, like I was telling you when I came in, and John and I were talking earlier about the Bedenbaugh family. Your family's been in racing for quite some time, haven't they?
Yeah, we have. I've been racing personally for about 29 years.
29?
29 years.
Now, you don't look old enough to have been racing for 29 years.
Gracious. Yeah, I raced go-karts for about 18 years before I ever drove a stock car.
Yeah. So and so, what class after you got out of the go-karts, when you got into dirt racing, what class did you start in?
I got into street stock.
Street stock.
I run street stock for about 4 years.
Yeah. And what track? What was your home track originally? Where y'all started off from?
We've been right at Lake City.
Right, Lake City's pretty much.
I live 2 miles from the track.
So 2 miles from the track.
Yeah.
So you're a Lake City guy.
Yeah.
All right. Now there's what other members of your family is involved in the racing?
Well, my dad's brother, Kevin Beatonbaugh, my uncle. He used to race stock cars for quite a while, and then I got into the go-kart racing, and when my brother got on up to age, he got into go-kart racing, and now we both got late models.
Both of y'all run in the late models. Where does he run late model at?
He runs around the same area we do.
Really?
He's been down for about a year.
Oh, is that right? Yeah.
He went with the National Late Model Series. He run it 2 or 3 years, pretty hot and heavy, and got a little burnout and took a break, but he's
good racer.
Putting his car back together right now. He's fixing to hit it hard this year.
I know. I know I had been to in the past, like you said, it's been quite some time ago. So I know you've been in it for a while. Your family has. I've seen some racing take place there at Brunswick. Y'all been successful at Brunswick as well, haven't you?
Yeah. We went to Brunswick when they first got it open, and we went up there pretty steady for the first year it ran, and some into the second year, and it's been a while since we've been back.
Yeah.
Hey, he kind of left out some beating balls. There's a lot of beating balls.
There's
a lot of them at race too.
Yeah. Well, we were saying there was. I know he said it was his uncle that raced at Thunderbolt.
That's Kevin. He's got a boy that races. He does mostly pavement. Josh does, doesn't he? He does some dirt too. I think.
Well, he'd been doing dirt, but he's actually in North Dakota working now,
really?
So he isn't doing any racing at all. But he had gotten away from the pavement and doing dirt racing.
He's got another son named Caleb. And little Kevin raced some.
Yeah, he's pretty much quit, but Caleb, he's actually back and brought his car out 2 weeks ago and done some testing and getting ready to do some racing.
When you first started driving from go-karts to cars, I remember somewhere in there, you and I took Kevin's car and raced it to Thunderbolt in Lake City. You remember that?
Yeah.
Was that one of the first times you went from a go-kart to a car?
That was the first time.
That was the first? Well,
and then it was almost 10 years later before I really got into racing, though.
And we lacked if I remember right, about a car length winning the thing at Lake City. Rance Phillips beat him just barely.
First time in the car.
Second time. That was the second
time in the car.
About a half a car length.
At Lake City, sure did. But I knew he was a go-kart racer, and he ruled the go-kart world.
Wow. Well, we actually had a bunch of the guys here. I don't know if you. Well, I'm not sure you do. If you're from Lake City, you remember Jimmy Parker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Jimmy and we had their guys in. He's opened a track here, a go-kart track here, right off the what is it, Motorplex or right off the
Motor Speedway. Isn't it?
Right off the Motor Speedway, yeah. And I have always said I've seen some fine young drivers come out of kart racing.
Yeah. Been a lot of good ones.
Yeah, a lot of good ones, and it's a good place for a lot of young drivers to be taught driving etiquette, I guess you could say. To learn the do's and don'ts of racing. You learn the what's the word I'm looking for? In other words, the go-karting teaches kids, I feel like, if you get them in it early enough and get them going, teaches them when to be aggressive, when not to be aggressive, teaches them, how
to race.
How to race, basically, yeah, thanks. That's the word I was looking for, and that's why I got John here.
Hey, a prime example of that is Evan Beckton.
Oh, yeah.
He learned how to race, and he can race.
Cole Exum.
Cole? Yeah,
who's borrowed Adam's number, yeah.
Hey, Adam won.
Yeah.
He won so many go-kart races, they just hated to see him coming.
Yeah.
I mean, they just knew it was over with when he got there.
Yeah. Well, I've seen a few. My son has helped. I know you know this name too. My son, as a matter of fact, is leaving on the 15th of February, going to Indiana to help Ron Moon, and he's going to be pit crewing with Ron. Ron actually has a go-kart building place there. He builds the Moon chassis and all. And
we grew up racing with Ron. He was a couple years older than me, but we raced all the years that I raced go-karts. He always had to race with Ron.
Well, if you won a lot, then that means you and Ron was at it together.
Yeah, we went at it pretty hard.
At each other. He's
second chassis we ever got, we actually bought from Ron.
Yeah. He's a go-karting genius. Ain't no doubt about it.
So when you and I raced Kevin's car, which it was a National Late Model car, is what it was back then.
Yeah.
Then it was 10 years before you drove a car again.
That was when I was 18 years old when I met you.
And I told you, I knew he could
Long
drive.
time ago.
Hey, I spotted he could drive just right off the bat.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
went back to race go-karts for nearly 10 more years before
Wow.
I,
So
before I
you
ever
just
raced cars
decided
again.
you'd step out and do a little one night or a couple of nights racing, huh? And you didn't get. I would have thought you would have, after getting out and almost winning one, you would have been eaten up with the fever to climb back in one and.
Well, we
go
were
at it
so deep
again.
in the go-kart racing, we had a lot of big-time sponsors, and we
Yeah,
were all
yeah.
in Delaware and all.
You went. You go to big Daytona race. and
Yeah,
all
we
that
went to
too?
Daytona and run all the nationals, and we won the state championship 7 or 8 times. But
So you didn't.
so we were real deep into that at the time, and
Yeah.
just
How old are you now?
37.
37.
Man's done
In
a
a
lot
prime.
of racing.
Yeah.
Done a lot of racing.
A lot to go.
Before he got to 37.
He's got at least one more race that need more to go, I know.
So do you have any idea how many kart races you won?
Shoot.
I know some people keep up with them.
No idea.
I love asking everybody when they come in here that to see if they can remember.
No, I know the championships. Like I said, I think we won the Florida State Championship 7 times, and we won the national 1 time. But
7 times.
Mhm.
Wow, that's
but
just
no clue on the total.
just a bunch of them,
A
I
bunch of
guess.
them.
What
A
kind of
bunch
hot
them.
rod you driving now?
That was a brand new car Saturday night.
Masterbuilt?
No,
No?
that's all we've ever had was Masterbuilts. But that was a brand new Snow Brothers chassis.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
They're
Snow
making a
Brothers.
good
How
piece
about
there.
that? Yeah.
Brand new car.
Well, man, I tell you what, that rascal was on a rail.
Yeah, Evidence won a couple of races in the snow car.
Yeah.
Yeah, they Whitener and
Fitzgerald.
Fitzgerald. I'll keep wanting to call him Fairclough for some reason. I don't know why. But Fitzgerald, man, they were, as we were saying earlier, they were going out of their way to try and get by that 26 car. And they
Adams are hard to beat at Lake City. Now,
well, I mean, he's just on a rail.
he's
I mean,
got the
it's-
tire program at Lake City
Listen,
down to a
when
science.
you don't make a mistake, when you don't make any mistakes, now, and there's room to pass on that. Lake City is not one of those tracks where you go and there ain't nowhere to pass. There's room on Lake City to pass.
Oh, yeah, you have a lot of 2 wide
You got to
races.
get to them before you can pass them there.
Well, you've seen the heat race.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
started dead last in my heat,
Yep.
and Mark was dead last in his
Yep.
heat. Within 3 laps, both of us were, winning our heat races.
y'all was
so
going
you,
at it,
you get
man.
up there on the high side, and you
That
can go
was,
right on around them.
there was just a handful of cars that was actually capable of winning, but I mean the ones that you guys were, I mean, going at it. It was just an awesome race. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to give Adam a chance to rest his jawbone there just a minute. And while we're on break, I'm going to call a little fella that run the street stock race there. He runs the Rocket Man race car. His name's Richie Stevens. We're going to call him back as soon as we come off a break. We're going to talk to him. So y'all stay tuned here.
If you ain't the lead dog, the scenery never changes, so get out front with a Wildcat performance engine. Go fast with class. Now, whether you need an 850 horsepower big block for the quarter mile or a real round track dirt slinger, you know the folks at Wildcat Performance can hook you up with just what you need. Their engines are built for your needs and liking, plus at Wildcat Performance Engines, quality and customer service is #1. Come on, be the lead dog for a change with a Wildcat engine from Wildcat Performance Engines of Adel.
The new year is here and Pike's Landing is better than ever. The early bird all-you-can-eat baby cat, mullet, or shrimp for just $8.99 is back. Thursday and Friday 4 to 5 and Saturday from 11 to 5. Start 2013 right with luscious oysters on the half shell, a dozen for only $7.99. Let your mouth water at fresh caught special entrees for $12.99 featuring bream, jackfish, or suckerfish. Pike's Landing Seafood Restaurant open Thursday through Saturday evenings and located on the Valdosta Highway in Morven, 12 miles west of the Valdosta Mall, next to Lawson Peaches.
Today's cowboy don't fit a mold. Some ride and rope, while others ride a 4x4. That's why RCC carries 20X by Wrangler shirts, designed to appeal to the diverse style of today's cowboy. You'll find one of the largest selections of 20X shirts by Wrangler at RCC. Wrangler shirts are perfect for giving this holiday to the cowboy in your life. All at RCC Western Store, 3120 North Oak Street Extension, Valdosta.
It's a new year of savings at Griner Nissan.
Looking for a car that has style and innovative technology? Drive home today in the all-new 2013 Maxima, which boasts an estimated 38 highway miles per gallon, starting at $21,700. Or check out the 2013 Sinatra, starting at $15,490.
If you desire a crossover or SUV, check out Edmunds.com, consumer top-rated SUV under 25 grand, the Nissan Rogue. Nissan is offering $3,500 off the all-new Rogue plus 0% APR for the first 36 months.
Other great Nissan deals include 0% APR for 60 months on the 2013 Murano, J.D. Power & Associates' most dependable midsize crossover SUV. The Murano starts at under $30 grand.
Need a truck? Nissan is offering $7 grand off the all-new Titan.
And don't forget, all new vehicles and select pre-owns come with Griner's exclusive lifetime warranty for unlimited time and unlimited miles.
Stop in at Griner Nissan on Inner Perimeter Road in Valdosta to test drive your next vehicle or visit their entire inventory at GrinerNissan.com.
You're invited to experience the difference at Griner Nissan.
Live and local. Shows built for you on Talk 92.1.
Hey, welcome back to the Stock Car Thunder Show. We've got a special guest on here. We're going to get back with Adam just a second or two and talk with him just a little bit more about. We're going to get to that big win he got at Florida Speedway this past weekend, North Florida Speedway. But for right now, we're going to talk to a young fella that ran the street stock race. He came all the way from Alabama. He showed up and he showed out. He took it to first place and never looked back. The young feller, he really put everything he had into it. His name's Richie Stevens. Richie, you on there?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Richie, thanks for coming on with us tonight, buddy.
No problem.
Hey, first, before we get into your race and you tell us a little bit about that, why don't you tell us kind of a little bit about Richie Stevens' racing program? How long you been racing and where you from and all that kind of thing?
Yeah, I've been racing for probably about 12, 13 years now, and from Phoenix City, Alabama. My home track, East Alabama Motor Speedway. I build these cars for a living for some guys, everywhere that race, and trying to get the program stepped up a little bit. So I started driving them a lot myself to help these guys out. And it's turned out to be fun. I've met a lot of good people and had a lot of fun racing with these guys.
So you are Rocket Man Race Cars. That's the name of your race cars that you build?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yep, sure is.
Okay. Do you build? Do you build different classes, or you primarily try to stick with the street stock type car? Or?
I build the street stocks a lot, but I also build a 3-link car. It's like a hobby car at Phoenix City, which is like stock frame with a 3-link suspension in the rear.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And you live, like you told us, you live somewhere in the vicinity there of Phoenix, Alabama, of the racetrack, correct?
Yes, sir. I live about 3 or 4 miles from there.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we all know the rich history of that track, man. I tell you what, there's been some awesome races, and you've been racing there. I mean, as long as you've been driving, that's been your home track, hasn't it?
Yes, sir. I started, in pony stocks and worked my way up to, the street stocks and up to, late models. And it's been fun. I mean, the track's been in business. This is their 40-year anniversary here, and the same owner, and they're still in business for a reason. I mean, it's a very great facility,
Oh, yeah. Thomas is a good...
You've been on the road sometimes and been to these places. You really appreciate what you have here. I mean, it's just it's a great place.
Yeah, we had them on the show a couple of 3 or 4 weeks ago, I guess it was, wasn't it, John?
Yeah, it was a while back.
Yeah, Mr. Thomas. They're some fine people. I mean, I've been over there and met them, and I've never heard anybody say anything bad about them.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great place, and they try to run it fair as possible, and I mean, and that's the good thing about it. Everybody's straight up across the board. You know, when you get there, you know what you're getting when you go.
Well, tell me something now. The car that you've got, I know that was a brand new car, wasn't it, that you had at Lake City Saturday night?
Yes, sir. Yeah, first time it ever hit the track.
First time on the track, fresh car. Would you run that? Would that car be in the same class if you was running at Alabama?
It's actually a lower class than what they have. I mean, it's called Bomber here.
Oh, okay.
They're allowed a lot more stuff as far as Lake City than what I had, and the pipe, the Super Street Series is.
Yeah.
It's a little bit, it's a little bit lower of a car.
Well, I tell you what, you had to set up on it because, man, that thing got to hooking, and you took it. Where'd you start? About 4th place, didn't you?
I started 6th. I won my heat, but they done the invert and put me back to 6th.
Yeah.
And so we had to start 6.
That didn't hold you back, though, did it? But I'm thinking about 3 laps, you was up there leading it, wasn't you?
Yeah, we took the lead somewhere, third or fourth lap there, pretty quick.
Yeah. Okay, so you led the whole race, start to finish, and figured you pretty much had it in the bag. So what happened when you pulled in for Tech?
Well, we pulled in, and he said, pull the hood or whatever, and P&G the motor, no problem, and started working on that, and he told me just to hold up, and I try not to talk about it too much because some things going on, but it's bring your track rules to this race. Which that was posted on the I seen that was posted on the internet, just to bring your own track rules. And I'm and I've heard we've had Phil on the show before. I think Phil's a fine guy, and they've had that type race before, which is as we were talking, Adam and I and John were discussing that while ago. Once you've said that, you got to honor it. But that's, to me, for my liking, I don't like a bring your own rules kind of race either. But once you've put it out there, you've got to honor that. And so you brought your rules with you. So go ahead and tell us what happened. Well, to start with, everything was good. He teched 2 cars the whole weekend before the race, and that was mine and another guy's. I'm not going to put nobody's name out, but and he went, front to back, everything's perfect, to the rules, and we get down there and he crawls under the back, and the rules actually state, my rules says, stock type trailing arms, length, bushings, any bushing, and I had some. They're $19 a piece. They're actually cheaper than the bushings, the polyurethane that people was running. And my rules allow it. And he said, he don't allow me his track. And I was trying to explain. I was like, well, it's bring your own rules. And we brought our rules, and our rules state you can run them.
And so basically,
and, he was not here in that.
I don't want to interrupt you just a second, but basically the bushing that you had, there was no performance benefit to it really. Other than really a stock or anything else, correct? I mean, it's just maybe a better bushing that would last longer.
Correct. Some people don't like them because it makes it solid, and it actually breaks traction. A lot of people run the rubber bushings that it's more forgiving, so it kind of cushions the traction, so you have better traction. So I run them because it lasts longer and they're easy to replace. You just pop them out and pop them in. The other ones have to be pressed in, and it's just a big deal, to put them in.
Yeah. Yep.
But he actually told me, and quite a few witnesses, and the GoPro camera happened to actually, still be rolling when it was said. It was either that. He said you can either be thrown out of that, or I'll make something up to throw you out, which I thought was very unprofessional.
It is very extremely. Yeah.
So, and it's happened to 4 or 5 other guys at the same place. I'm not going to put their names out, but was told they was allowed to run a tire in a modified class, and they get down there and win the race, and they say, oh, you can't run that, and throw them out. I mean, just, if you're going, no problem. If there'd been something wrong, no problem. I broke the rules, but when it's bring your track rules and you're allowed to run that stuff, you need to honor it. Don't make somebody travel 5 hours to come race with you, and beg you to come race. I mean, I probably got 40 text messages begging me to come race, and we do, and then he gets done that way, which, it is what it is. Yeah,
and the point being, too, I'm sure, Richie, you've, from what I understand, you got quite a few wins under your belt from different tracks and your home track and all, and you don't have to cheat to win. You build your own cars, and again, like I said, I ain't got a dog in this fight, but I was able to sit there and watch you race, and I thought you done an awesome job. I mean, you didn't touch anybody. You made your way to the front, and then just like Adam sitting here, you just kept it on a rail, the whole night. Couldn't nobody really do anything with you.
I have a question. How big of a margin did you win by?
Now what? But I probably 3-4 car lengths.
It was I barely won. I mean,
it was 3. Race. I mean, there was times he would pull up on him, and then times it was just according. The whole Richie didn't make any mistakes. The second place car, every once in a while, he'd miss his mark or something, and Richie'd pull away from him some. But for the most part, he stayed pretty close to Richie. It was not a walk. I mean, I said he spanked him, but that's what I say about anybody that wins. But it was a good win because he was flawless in the race. Now, I don't know Richie from Adam's House Cat. I've never seen him race before, but I was impressed with
I've seen him race. Some of the most exciting races I've ever seen. Richie, you were in them. Matter of fact,
I've heard of him.
I think at the National, I believe, were you the one that finished almost side by side with the guy and you won?
Yeah, that was Grady, the actual guy that ended up winning the race when they threw me out. Yeah,
they threw.
Oh man!
But that was an exciting. I mean, they finished side by. They had raced hard. Richie is an extremely exciting racer. He's a top-notch racer.
Yeah. Well, maybe it might be time. That a lot of that stuff goes on more in some of the I'll call it the lower ranks. I mean, I know it goes in all classes, but a lot of that stuff goes on more in the I don't know how to, not the lower classes, but the different classes, the classes below the late model classes. I'll put it that way. From your limited
street stock class.
Yeah, street stock back. We'll put it that way. And but and so hey, maybe it might be time for you to just get yourself a late model, move on up in there, and dig on that a little while.
Yeah, I've run late models, a bunch. I mean, I won 2 track championships in 1 year in 2007 with them, and
wow, and
the Neesmith region stuff, and I mean, it's just so expensive, to run that, and it takes a big sponsor. I have a great sponsor now, Love Stuff, and it's just hard for everybody, to be able to travel and race, and
indeed, yeah.
Cars are so expensive right now. I mean,
especially when you're going to go somewhere and spend all your money getting there and get kicked out for absolutely, obviously no reason. I mean, I just, I could, like I said, I don't have a dog in the hunt, and I think the world of Mr. Field. I've talked to him myself personally, and I don't know. Was you able to talk to him at all about it afterwards? Was you able to approach him and find him and talk to him about the situation?
No, I'm not going to go into that.
Okay, that's fine.
Because of some other stuff that I have, but it puts a black eye on the sport.
Yeah, it does.
Somebody to come in there, and host a race that says this, and then bring some guys over there, and then turn, and do them that way. It wouldn't be fair to anybody. I wouldn't want to win if I was the second place car that got thrown out for something.
Yeah.
All the guys that finished said hands down, your car was hooked up.
Yeah.
That right there is a bad deal. You shouldn't be done that way, and everybody I've talked to that's heard about it that's called me has said that, they're very upset and they would not, ever go back to that place again, period, because of it. But it makes the sport, it's just not, it's not the right thing to do for the sport. Everybody's struggling now weekly to keep a good car count, to be able to stay above water.
That's right.
And then you turn people away. It gets you a bad name when you do that kind of thing. And it's just, there's a reason why, that track's been open and closed so many times. And I'm sure it'll be down that same road here shortly.
Well, you know what? I would hope was that they'd get their tech man straightened out, and that they'd continue to race, and that they would continue to put on good shows, because there's actually one bad egg can sure stink up the whole carton. There's good people there that race, and again, I don't want to see it close. I would like to see it continue, but if that kind of a thing goes on, I certainly don't want to pull down there myself with my car, and I have a Super Street myself, and go down there and spend every penny I got getting good tires and getting everything on it, and go down there and get kicked out. But I think they're going to do something about it. I'm going to actually I'm going to see if I can get in touch with the tech guy there next week and get him on the show and see what if I can. I don't feel like he'll probably come on with me. I hope he will. If not, maybe I can get Mr. Phil on, talk to me. And,
I hope they can too.
Yeah, and get their point of view on it, because that's just really, it just really is sad. But Richie, man, we appreciate you coming on, and sorry about that whole situation, man. But hey, you're a first class dude, man. We appreciate you coming on.
We love watching your race, Richie.
Oh man, you
it ain't no big deal, man. I appreciate y'all having me.
Okay.
Your life goes on. We'll be at East Bay this weekend
luck.
for 4 days and see what happens.
All right, man.
Go down there.
Good luck there, brother. Good luck at your home track this year.
Appreciate you.
All right,
Have a good
man.
day.
Thank you. Richie Stevens. I meant to ask him. I can't never tell what the number on, if that's a 66 or a 00 on the side of his car. I meant to ask him.
I always thought it was 66.
I believe it was a 00, I thought. But
I thought it was too, but then I seen these two little crooks in the top of.
I've always thought it was a 66. I could be wrong.
Sorry about that, Richie. Maybe you can call in later and tell us what your actual car number is. But anyway, Richie, we appreciate you coming on, man. We're rolling right along. We're going to go ahead and take a hard break at the halfway mark, and then we're going to come back and...
Somebody call in tonight.
Yeah, I hadn't even give out the number. 259, we've been so busy jabbering. If anybody's got any input, anything you want to say, 259-9210. 259-9210. If you got something you want to say, interested, or you want to talk to Adam or one of us about anything, just give us a call, and we'll be happy to talk to you. We'll be right back.
The Valdosta Lowndes County YMCA and SGMC have partnered together to get Lowndes County fit in 2013. We want to help the community lose 10,000 pounds in a 10-week Team Lean Challenge. Call 229-244-4646 or swing by the YMCA today to register by January 17th. Make sure to like SGMC on Facebook at SGMC Valdosta to get health and fitness tips every Friday. Register for Team Lean today at 229-244-4646 or come see us at the YMCA.
If you're really serious about going fast, whether on the drag strip or at your favorite round track, let Wildcat Performance Engines of Adel put some real horsepower under your hood. Wildcat Performance has a fully equipped machine shop for complete teardowns and rebuilds. Quality craftsmanship and customer service is number one. Get the right engine for your race car. Get a Wildcat Performance engine. Now, if you're running second, you're just the first one to lose. Get out front with a real horsepower with a Wildcat Performance engine from Wildcat Performance Engines of Adel.
Snore loudly, wake feeling tired, irritable, forgetful, could be obstructive sleep apnea. Dr. Nelson Clemens is experienced in treating this disease that deprives you of deep sleep and may lead to increased risk of stroke, heart attack, and sudden nighttime death. Call Dr. Nelson Clemens at 229-242-5511. He will fit you with a non-surgical appliance. No hose, no mask. You need sleep. Your spouse deserves it. Help is one call away. Dr. Nelson Clemens, 229-242-5511.
Name recognition. Every local business needs it. And at the end of the day, are you doing all you can do to promote your business? From design concept to installation, the team at South Georgia Graphics is committed to creating new exposure opportunities for your business. South Georgia Graphics Incorporated creates signs, banners, magnetics, vehicle wraps, custom interior wall graphics, and more. Call 229-896-3535 or visit southgeorgiagraphics.com. South Georgia Graphics, taking your business from invisible to visible.
Do you need a certified copy of a birth or death certificate? Before coming to Lowndes County Health Department, know what you need and save yourself an extra trip. To obtain a birth or death certificate for anyone who was born or died in Georgia, picture ID must be presented. There are no exceptions. You also must be on the list of persons entitled to obtain a copy of a certificate, such as the registrant, parent, grandparent, or legal guardian. Lastly, you must bring cash, money order, or Visa, Discover, or MasterCard to pay. No personal checks can be accepted. The fee for certificates is $25 for the first certified copy. Additional copies of the same certificate can be purchased at the same time for $5 each. For a complete list of persons entitled to a certificate or for more information, visit www.southhealthdistrict.com or call Lowndes County Health Department at 333-5257. 333-5257.
Live and local. Shows built for you on Talk 92.1.
Hey, welcome back to Stock Car Thunder Show. Man, that was John, that was a good interview.
Yeah, it was.
He had a lot of input on it. I tell you, again, I'll say again, watching that kid race, he's not a kid, he's a man. But
you saw the history of the number.
But yeah. Well, he actually said he drives 69 sometimes, too.
But that was a 00.
The 00 that he had there. But I know I seen a picture of him in Phoenix. Had a real good-looking metric car. It was number 69. So I want to thank Richie again for coming on, man. Maybe we'll have him back on again sometime. See how he does at Tampa. Maybe we can get him back on and find out how he's done after the big Tampa race. So let's get back to Adam here, talk a little bit about this past weekend's race. Adam, why don't you tell us, Well, you showed up ready to go. You showed up ready to roll. You had some horsepower under the hood. You told us that was a brand new car, right?
Brand new car. We
Brand new
practiced it 2 weeks ago and didn't touch nothing on it. Brought it back and raced it just like it was, and
just like it was.
It was good at the test session and
Wildcat horsepower, right?
Wildcat horsepower. He liked to burn it up too. He liked to burn it.
I think he just had a water pump come loose or something.
Well, that's what I think you said it was. Yeah.
We had a gasket blow on the water pump and went to blow on water the last couple laps.
Yeah, we all know what happens.
Putting off a little bit of steam, but it didn't hurt.
Yeah,
nothing.
we all know what happens when you put water on a hot motor. It steams all over the place. But you was, you was running. And what kind of motor do you run in your car? I mean, I know it's a Wildcat, but is it the 362?
We've got both. I've got two cars. I've got a Masterbuilt that has a National late model motor, and then the Snow Brothers, the brand new car, had the 362.
Okay, and for our fans listening, what is the difference if you got the National motor and the 362? Is there a series for the 362 motor? Or is that just what you run on Saturday night race at Lake City, or?
What they got there's two series, a United Dirt late model series, and he kind of started that 362. You can run either or.
Okay.
And then the National late model series, and you got to run the National late model motor. The big difference is you can run any 23-degree head on the United Dirt late model race. And you can port and polish your heads on there.
Okay. Right.
The bottom end's pretty similar. You can run pop-up pistons too.
Roller?
And a roller cam. You're looking at about 50 horsepower difference, but what it is.
Okay. And the United Dirt late model, is that a regular event at Lake City every?
Yeah, they run there 5 or 6 times throughout the year.
Is your 362 dry sump?
No, it's wet sump.
Can you run a dry sump?
You can run a dry sump.
They're legal? I thought they were.
What is it?
We actually had one, but we took it off. That's the first night on it with the wet sump. Mike pulled it all off and
got rid of that 40 pounds.
Yeah,
get rid of some of that weight.
How much more aggressive as far as on like camshaft? Can y'all run? Do you have to run a solid cam, or can you run rollers in the 362?
You're running a roller cam.
You can run so you're talking about a lot more motor there.
Yeah,
a lot more ramp speed on that.
Yeah, a whole lot.
Same
more.
cubic inch and all, but definitely a little more power.
More horses. Yeah, you got more horses going there.
But at Lake City, it doesn't matter. I think probably National late model motors.
I ain't playing into that. Don't matter. It's the horsepower.
Yeah,
you get.
Well, Mark's got both.
John, come on now.
And Whitener runs his National late model motor everywhere he goes.
So
and he'll tell you anywhere he goes. I mean, he's a threat to win.
That's true.
He leaves his at the house. So.
Pulling John's chain, but those. I mean, we got a guy at Needmore that shows up with his crate motor.
Yeah.
The Roberts boy. I mean,
crate motor do fine down there.
Yeah, I mean, these crate motors are just. It's they have so much technology.
They have a roller cam in a crate motor,
A hydraulic roller, yeah.
Well, there's a roller.
Yeah, okay. It's but so much technology has went into chassis and went into the newer race cars that it's a lot about motor, but it's not all about motor anymore.
Yeah, and I think a lot of the tracks have figured out too. It's a lot less work if you keep the track a little bit drier.
Yeah.
If you get them real wet, the big motor is going to work a lot better, but you're going to have a lot more track maintenance.
Yeah.
And you just don't see as much of that anymore. Most tracks are pretty dry slick, and it's all about the handling and the driving. Then the motor really, like John said, you could win every week with a crate motor at Lake City.
Well, I mean, I believe you could go around and and a lot of different tracks and win.
Oh yeah.
With these crate motors, I mean, it's like watching the other two guys there try to catch you was kind of like back several years ago. I think I was telling you all earlier that Garrett was going to go hang out with Ron Moon in a little while. Ron came here and he parked his hauler at our house, and they went to Lake City. I don't know if you remember him coming there or not with his late model.
Yeah.
And, I remember. I was
there. Garrett said they were almost throwing rocks at him, but he had a super late model engine and all.
Yeah.
He had the SP2 motor, I think, in it.
But he had what Adam would need in his 362. He had tires.
He had the tires, and
he would run like zero tires. The big. Gumball Hoosiers on there.
Yeah, but he was Garrett said he was pretty much passing and doing anything, anywhere he wanted to.
I tell you what, it had more to do with the tire than did the engine.
Oh yeah, well I mean Ron's always been about tires anyway, with the prep and all that good stuff. But I was imagining when them other two guys was doing everything they could to get around you, and both of those guys are hardcore racers. I mean they win any given time. They win when they go racing. That. Whitener, I guess that might have been, I don't know, that ranks right up there with probably, he's won there about every time he's come to Lake City, hasn't he?
He's won everywhere he's been lately. I mean, this whole last year, he's he pretty well dominated everywhere last year.
Yeah, he didn't win Saturday night. But so your motor's good. No problem for anybody that's listening. Well, we heard all kind of rumors that Adam's motor was blowed up and all this kind of stuff. But his motor's good. It just got a little water on it. And you're going to be ready. Y'all going to turn around and race again this coming weekend, correct?
Well, the modifieds will be there this weekend.
That's right.
Next weekend's a super late model race, the UMP. And if we can come up with the tires, we're going to go run with the super late models with the 362.
Hey, man, I mean, are you going to try and make it to Waycross?
No, we'll probably just run the one at Lake City.
Just run the one at Lake City.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
what you mean if you come up with the tires?
You got to buy 10s, 20s, and 30s.
Oh, Dad can handle that.
Yeah, we can get.
That's a lot of money.
We know somebody that can hook
tires for.
You want how much? You just want a lot of money.
Not enough for 3 sets.
Save that up for later. Yeah,
we're gonna need them tires the rest of the year.
Yeah.
We can't run those tires there anywhere else.
That's for sure.
That's the real problem. If we could run the tires, throughout the year, I'd buy them up. But
well, how is Lake City pretty easy on tires, or is it?
Yeah, you're not gonna hurt tires there.
That was some awesome race. That track, again, I say you could just, if you want to go see a good race, go to Lake City Speedway because those cats were racing, John. They was.
I've seen some good races.
Years and years. That track's been there for a long time. I've raced there back when it was oil base. Years ago.
When I started, it was oil base.
It was oil base, and it was just And then I ran a limited late model for a Howell. The Howell guy, he had a number 24,
right?
And I ran it a little bit for him, but anyway, I've always loved the track, and it's an awesome track.
That track's got a kink down there in 3 and 4, and that's where Adam's so strong at.
He looked pretty strong in 1 and 2 to me.
Well, yeah, but 3 was really working good on 2 the other night.
It was. I mean, that was just it. Everybody else seemed to be having a problem coming off of 2. Their car was under acceleration, drifting up. Yeah. They had a full. I mean, it was the full chassis slide up.
Yeah, they were all the way up to the wall. Needed the whole track, and we could come right off that bottom and really, really had an advantage.
That's where you were making up a lot of your time on them. I felt like was watching you through there. Which, I mean, both corners of your car was absolutely flawless. All right, well, we're going to take another quick break, and we're going to see if we can get on here and get the folks, Chad from Waycross Motor Speedway on the line, and we'll have him on where we can talk to him when we get right back. See about the old battle in the swamp. Y'all stay with us, him.
If you ain't the lead dog, the scenery never changes, so get out front with a Wildcat performance engine. Go fast with class. Now, whether you need an 850 horsepower big block for the quarter mile or a real round track dirt slinger, the folks at Wildcat Performance can hook you up with just what you need. Their engines are built for your needs and liking, plus at Wildcat Performance Engines, quality and customer service is #1. Come on, be the lead dog for a change with a Wildcat engine from Wildcat Performance Engines of Adel.
Happy New Year, Valdosta. This is Master Mike Mason from White Tiger Martial Arts Academy, and we are starting 2013 off with a bang. We are adding an all-new kids jiu-jitsu program for ages 9 to 12, and the Gladiator workout is back just in time for your New Year's resolutions. It is no secret the White Tigers Taekwondo program is the best in Valdosta. Well, now we have teamed with Gustavo Machado to make our jiu-jitsu program the best as well. Gustavo will be at White Tiger February 23rd teaching a jiu-jitsu seminar, and the seminar is open to the public. We are constantly striving to improve our programs to not only improve your physical fitness, but improve focus, self-esteem, no matter what your age. Registration for the new kids jiu-jitsu program, the Gladiator workout, and the Gustavo Machado seminar are all going on now. Reserve your spot by calling 244-4110 or emailing us from our website at whitetigeracademy.com. No contracts, great prices, and the best programs in our area. White Tiger Martial Arts Academy, where the entire family can train.
Military members, spouses, and military retirees. Discounts to some of your favorite merchants, services, and restaurants are yours at GISave.com. Visit GISave.com today for money-saving discounts at Chowtown Grill and Buffet, Ray Norton Tire and Auto, White Tiger Martial Arts, La Quinta Inn and Suites, and more. These local businesses want to thank you for your service by saving you money. Visit GISave.com frequently to visit new discounts and savings from local pro-military merchants. If your business offers discounts or special savings, call local consultant Michael Jetter at 229-560-6771. That's 229-560-6771. Let's discuss how this affordable marketing opportunity can help promote your specials, discounts, and savings to the military community on GISave.com. Military members, find the new Moody Air Force Base Directory publication on base and make sure to view the online version at moodydirectory.com.
Scott, my dad's looking to get a new truck.
Well, good. Trucks are found at carsarecheaper.com.
Great. It's got to have 4 doors.
Carsarecheaper.com.
Rear torque.
Carsarecheaper.com.
And a V8.
One stop. Carsarecheaper.com.
Dad says leather.
Stop! All that and more is found at carsarecheaper.com. Check it often. The inventory is ever-changing. And remember, the longer it's here, the better the deal. www.carsarecheaper.com.
Live and local. Shows built for you on Talk 92.1.
All right, everybody. Welcome back to the Stock Car Thunder Show. Want to welcome on the show tonight Chad Starling from Waycross Motor Speedway. He's going to come on and tell us about the big battle in the swamp, super lates, and all kind of good stuff coming on. Chad, have we got you on the line?
Terry.
All right, man. It's good to have you. I tell you what, it's been a chore getting you online here.
Yeah, I know, man. I apologize about last week, but
that's okay.
Glad we could get together this week. Looking forward to it, man.
Yes, sir. Well, y'all got some good stuff coming up. Ain't no need me sitting here running my mouth. Why don't you just tell us what Waycross has got coming up here right quick like?
Well, you know, we've been off now for a couple months here during the winter break, and everybody's itching and getting ready to go, getting ready for Speed Week. All the people up north heading south for some warmer weather, but also getting ready to heat up here in the south with some great racing. We're going to get ready for our big second annual Battle in the Swamp, presented by Crosby Cadillac GMC dealership here in town. 10,000 win Super Late Model main event on February 9th. It's going to be a great show. We had a great race last year. Jonathan Davenport picked up the win.
Oh, yeah, we were there. That was a good one, too.
Yeah, he debuted there in the Clint Boyer Georgia Boot car, and just really was practice was real fast and pretty much just dominated throughout Saturday night, and then as well Sunday went over and dominated at Golden Isles. So we're hoping maybe to have him back, but we've got several confirmed drivers already. Chris Madden, Smokey Madden, he's always been willing and able to come down. He was here and did well.
Yeah, he's always fast at Waycross. Chris Madden is. He's always a competitor. Yeah.
Dennis Erb, kind of, I think he's always been named a one-man wrecking crew. Does a lot of it on his own.
He's got a young lady for a pit crew.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And from what I understand too, she's a nurse by trade, and then she takes vacation and comes south with him and does a lot also. So that's a pretty neat combination.
Yeah, and, if you're the one-man wrecking crew, it pays to have a nurse with you.
Yeah, that's it.
Hey, she can change a tire faster than most men can.
You got that right. And this name, no surprise. Nobody been around a long time and really has made a lot of money in the sport. Donnie Moran's going to be here.
Oh man, yeah.
So we're excited about that. Yeah. Donnie's, we've got a radio advertisement. He's graciously helped out to put a quote on there for us, and Donnie did that for us last year as well. But $1 million Donnie Moran.
Wow. Yeah. That's a name. We've seen him win some big races. Seen him win at Ohio 1 year, broke track record, and just put it on him. He's a first-class driver.
Yeah.
Hey, what other classes are going to be running along that
sport classes? Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to have February 8th is Friday night. We're going to have open practice for all classes. That's including all of our classes that we'll be running during our weekly shows. But on February 9th, race night, we're going to also have our limited sportsman division, and for those that might not know what those are our stock clip. Looks like a late model, but it's got a stock clip on it, and the engines are not as high-powered as super late model.
Right. Limited late model, yeah.
Yeah, and we'll have 1,000 win for the limited sportsman, and then 600 win for pure stocks. And those are the boys that I always enjoy watching, Now, a lot of people come and watch those super late models, like the fast stuff, but I tell you, the dirt route guys are in those pure stock lower divisions. They mix it up 2 and 3 wide through the corners down the straight, but they're going for 600.
Is that the one Wooten races in?
That's right, Brian Wooten.
He can race.
Yeah, Wooten's a racer, ain't no doubt about it.
He is. I tell you, he'd get on anything as long as it's got a motor and will go. Brian's a great driver.
Hey, what's the tire rule for the late models? You know, super late models.
We've got the tire rule posted on our actual website. It's www.ayxspeedway.com.
Right.
Once again, www.ayxspeedway.com. It's got all the tires listed on there as far as what actually will be allowed. This is a non-sanctioned race, but at the same time, we're trying to pull several more big names in here. You know, Lucas doesn't start up till that Monday. They'll be starting speed weeks down in Tampa, but we're trying to get some of those guys to come on in, get some bugs ironed out. I know that a lot of them's got new rides and new machines, want to shake them down a little bit. So we're kind of competing a little bit against Scriven, but at the same time, I think both tracks are going to have great turnout of cars, and we're both going to have a great weekend.
We got Adam Beanball in here, and he just won the big race in Lake City. We're trying to talk him into coming on over and see if he can't take y'all's money.
Well, I don't know if Beanball knows this or not, but we just got some late-breaking news on actually Ray Miller and the National Late Model Series is actually going to be in town on February 9th. They had originally been scheduled to run over at Scriven Motor Speedway on Friday, February 8th and 9th, but from what I understand, a couple things fell through, so we got on the phone with Ray Miller, and the National Late Model Series is going to be in the house February 9th as well.
All right.
Good.
It's going to be a great show. I know Beanball's run in several of Ray's races before, and I think it'll be exciting for him to. I know he's ran at Waycross a few times. We'd love to have him back. I remember Clay as well coming over, but we're going to have a big show for them. We've got some headlines for it. We're going to go, if there's 19 or less of those National Late Model cars, we're going to run for 30 laps, 2,000 to win. If there's 20 or more of them, we're going to run for 3,000 and 40 laps. So we're looking forward to that race. ASA Performance Racing Parts over out of Phoenix City, Alabama, has graciously stepped up to the plate and sponsored that National Late Model race. And hey, they hadn't stopped there. They're going to put some extra cash. He's going to go ahead and put $250 extra to the pay window for the first place finisher, $250 extra for the second place finisher, and third through seventh will pick up another extra $100 added to their finish purse. So thank you, ASA Performance Parts out of Phoenix City, Alabama.
Yes, sir. That's a couple of tires or some diesel money right there.
We're hoping to have a good field. We always usually do when we have our National Late Model races. We've got our 2013 schedule already posted as well. We've got Ray Miller coming in twice during the regular season, and for the last several years, we've shut the gates on Waycross Motor Speedway in the latter parts of October with our annual Topless Showdown in the Swamp.
Oh yeah.
We take the roofs off of them and turn them loose, and we're looking forward to Ray Miller's races. So we're glad to get this in the schedule as well. So it just added to a little extra icing to the cake. We're looking forward to it.
Sounds good, Chad. So what for y'all's regular season? What's the start date for your regular season?
We'll pick up March the 2nd. We run every other week. We've been doing that now for about 4 years. You know well. The economy's been pretty tough, and we really wanted to try to take care of our drivers, and we went back to a bi-weekly schedule, and it's been great. The guys have really enjoyed it.
I think it works best, for a bi-weekly thing. We'll
start up March the 2nd. We'll run every other week, and like I say, our schedule's on the website posted, ready to go. So looking forward to a good season. Like I say, we run March through October, and we'll slow down a little bit during the summer because it gets really, really hot, and we always have a good chance of afternoon thunder showers. So usually July and August, we break it down to probably just one race a month.
All right, that's a track over there is going to put on an exciting show in that super late model. I was there for Davenport's win, and I
was too.
That was some serious racing going on over there.
Yes, sir. It's going to be good stuff. Do you know? I want to ask too hard of a question, but do you know what y'all's through the whole the season? What your supporting classes are going to be running every week?
Yeah, we run 4 classes. We run our late models, which is basically a National Late Model Series rule regulation late model. We run a limited sportsman, like I said earlier, with stock flips. We run a super street division, and then we run a pure stock division. So we run four main classes, like I say, on a bi-weekly schedule, and have really, really good car turnouts in all classes, and got some great racing in each one of them.
That sounds awesome, Chad. What we really like at Stock Car Thunder here, we'd really like to work with y'all this year and see if maybe we can't get y'all on from time to time. Tell us what you got going on and how things are going, and maybe if you got some big races or something, we sure would like it if y'all work with us.
Yeah, man, that would be awesome. I look forward to actually working with y'all a lot more this year. We once again appreciate y'all having us on, and we appreciate Crosby Cadillac GMC as well for helping and putting on this battle in the swamp. Also, we got a few more sponsors I'd like to mention. If I could, Wear Paint and Drywall, Y Delta Incorporated, Gary Johns Automotive, Carter's Body Shop, Mark's Auto Sales and Collision, Woodard Pools, and Ace Equipment. These guys have stepped up to the plate, and they're always real supportive of our local events, but as well as this big second annual Battle in the Swamp here at the Waycross Motor Speedway.
Chad, man, we appreciate y'all coming on. We're running down and running out of time, but hey, we'll be hollering back at you, buddy.
Thanks a lot, Terry. Y'all take care.
Okay, man, you too. All right, we got just a minute left, and I want to give Adam a chance to tell us who his sponsors are for that number 26 racing team before we go off.
We got quite a few people helping us right now. We got O'Neill Roofing, Wildcat Performance, AFCO Racing Shocks, Top Flight Construction, Bratcher Construction, and In Creek Concrete Systems.
All right. Well, that's great. Adam, man, once again, we appreciate you coming on with us, man. It's been great to have you.
Number 26, Adam
Number 26. Look for him.